Lizards, too, may sleep in stages. Horses snooze in their stalls. Fish take their 40 winks floating in place. Dogs can doze anywhere, anytime. And even the lowly worm nods off now and then. All animals, most scientists agree, engage in some form of sleep. But the stages of sleep that characterize human slumber had until now been documented only in mammals and birds. A team of researchers in Germany announced in a report published on Thursday, however, that they had found evidence of similar sleep stages in a lizard, specifically, the bearded dragon, or Pogona viticeps, a reptile native to Australia and popular with pet owners. Recordings from electrodes implanted in the lizard's brain showed patterns of electrical activity that resembled what is known as slow-wave sleep and another pattern resembling rapid eye movement, or REM, sleep, a stage of deep slumber associated with brain activity similar to that of waking. Some researchers had argued that these stages were of relatively recent origin in evolutionary terms because they had not been found in more primitive animals like amphibians, fish, reptiles other than birds, and other creatures with backbones. But the new finding, said Gilles Laurent, director of the Department of Neural Systems at the Max Planck Institute for Brain Research and the principal author of the study, increases the probability that sleep evolved in all these animals from a common ancestor. He added that it also raised the possibility that staged sleep evolved even earlier and that some version of it might exist in animals like amphibians or fish. The report appeared in Thursday's issue of the journal Science. Other researchers said the study could help scientists understand more about the purpose and mechanisms of sleep. But the finding, they added, is bound to generate more controversy about whether the resting state of primitive animals is really the same as sleep, and whether the brain activity seen in a lizard can be compared to that in mammals. Like any good science, it raises more questions than it answers, said Matthew Wilson, a professor of neuroscience at MIT who has studied sleep and learning. Daniel Margoliouth, a professor of organismal biology and anatomy at the University of Chicago, said the study provided extremely strong evidence that the patterns of structure of sleep that we've seen in a broad range of species is reflective of something that evolved very early in vertebrate evolution and is shared across many, perhaps all, vertebrates. He added, it forces us to think about the earliest evolution of these phenomenon. When did these aspects of sleep start, and what were they for? Dr. Margoliouth said he found especially intriguing the idea that in the lizard, sleep might play a role in the consolidation of learning and memory, as studies have suggested it does in mammals. The research team studying the bearded dragon described its sleep patterns as a simpler, stripped-down version of mammalian sleep. The entire sleep cycle was completed in about 80 seconds, and the proportion of REM stayed the same throughout. In contrast, human sleep cycles take an hour or more to complete, and the percentage of REM increases over the course of a night.